Machine Repeat uses industry-leading digital marketing to move your inventory. Get more from your marketing dollar with MachineRepeat.com.
That's really hard because you might have 3 years you don't have a drought, you know, and do you plan on? I'm going to ask that question to you. You know, you put it out. Do you plan on a drought? No. Do you plan on your goal and growth? Yes. And so it gets real complicated. It's you know, all of a sudden you got more inventory than you need, and that's always something I think we have to deal with. And I'm not sure the true answer to that. We've been in this business for going on 6 years now, and 3 of those first two and a half of those years we didn't know what we were doing. So we're in a learning curve. That's where I do a lot of networking, is to see how other people handle these situations or when situations like that arise. I'm not a know everything, you know, and so I'm not bashful of asking. And to how do you manage the inventory? It gets complicated because you have to buy inventory a year in advance. So what do? You know, do you reach out there where you think you're going to be, or do you hold back a little bit? And I'm not sure what that answer is. It's kind of a gut feeling sometimes. Yeah, you know, I'm 69 years old. I've basically committed to 5 more years, you know, and, you know, I like working. Sitting home watching television isn't my cup of tea, and I'm getting too old to get out there and dig gardens, so, you know, the way I think they ought to be done. So I enjoy working, so I don't see a short-term leaving unless it's a health issue, you know. I think 3 of us, there's Tim and Bobby and I, all 3 of us run this business if we had to. You know, we'd like to grow up some people in the business that possibly might want to take it over and manage it down the road. And if the training comes along and we can train everybody to be able to do that kind of part of the business, you know, I've got no problem. Now, money's never really been a motivator for me. I like it, don't get me wrong, but it's never been a motivator. I like building businesses and teaching people how to run a business. There's some great, I get a lot of pleasure out of that. We're putting this on 5 acres, but we actually bought 30. We've thought about other lines. In fact, we were coming back yesterday talking about that. You know, we've got plenty of. In the next year and a half, we'll have plenty of space to do other things if we think that's what we want to do. It's kind of, you know, I don't think we've come to a set conclusion on that far in advance. We have a lot of opportunities, opening other dealerships, possibly. You know, it depends on where we're at, how many people we got. Opening that other location, another location is, as we found, is difficult. You know, it's 60 miles away, but it's not as easy as people think. So things would have to be right to consider expanding further. You know, a lot of things would have to come together. But from a product line, we'll have the space out there that we could do a lot of things, you know, industrial equipment and stuff like that. I don't foresee that right now, but I like to have different things in case one, you know, back to your question a while ago, how do you handle droughts? Well, maybe from a company standpoint, you have other products that droughts aren't affected by, and so you can, you know, cover yourself if you have to. And, you know, we talk about those type of things all the time. We don't have anything in place, or we got some ideas, but they're only ideas.